Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. The Shore is somewhere over here. That's the name that I've landed on. My name is Joseph Solomon, and I am a longtime content creator who started his journey, at least publicly, in the Christian sphere as a YouTuber, as a Christian poet and speaker, singer, songwriter, and gained a lot of following from that, making videos on YouTube and traveling the world doing poetry and music. And that was my life. That was my lifestyle and my livelihood. And many people have come to know me through that lens. And it was about August 2021 that I made the announcement that I was no longer a Christian, which came to a surprise for many, but also with the side of not surprised because, well, I was always very open about my skepticism and my doubt within faith. And to me, it was a virtue to push through that doubt and push through that skepticism and uncertainty and still want to follow Jesus. And it wasn't till last year that I decided that I could no longer do that. And it kind of sent shockwaves through my community. I won't say through Christianity or whatever, as if I'm this really big name, but people who were aware of who I was in my journey. It caught some people by surprise, and many people were looking for answers. One, I think just to be nosy, because we nosy people. I'm a nosy person too. But also I think that people were confused about their own walk and what that meant for them in their journey in faith. But I also think that I realized, I was kind of surprised, which I shouldn't have been, how many people were also relating to me in that part of my journey where they were on their way out of Christianity or had already left Christianity and were still looking to hear voices that were verbalizing that, talking through that, process in that, and looking for people to connect to and listen to in that space. And so that's why I'm starting this journey. Right now, I have gained a completely different type of following for music, particularly singing covers and stuff. They've gone kind of popular on different social platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And a lot of people now know me through that. So it's kind of surprising to, one, even hear me just talking, because they're always just hearing me sing, but then also hearing me talk about this Christian journey that I went through. And I want to really emphasize the purpose of this channel in that I know that some of these conversations will turn into, philosophical or apologetic or intellectual conversations. That's without avoidance. You really can't avoid kind of talking through that. But I really think that there's a ton of conversations out there on YouTube that really go through all these different types of arguments for and against Christianity, for and against theism, and so forth. And I kind of want to add a nuance to that, where there is an intellectual component to this conversation, but at the same time, I want to offer the actual emotional processing of that, the spiritual processing of leaving a community that you were so deeply a part of, being able to converse with friends that you made through those spaces. And how do you transition out of a space where you were seen as a leader? Maybe I have a lot of people who have reached out to me who were pastors and youth leaders and worship leaders and small group leaders or whatever. And they've been seen in this leadership position and feel like they've lost all faith, or at least on the verge of that. And what does it look like to move into the next phase of life without that, when most of your life, if not all of your life, has been seen through that lens? And that's kind of what I want to offer, is just more of the existential processing of that. And I want to do it through a sense of compassion and empathy from my side, but also that people who are not in that position, people who are still strongly in the faith of Christianity, and they still have people that they love, that they want to know how to relate to and connect with in a way that humanizes them, that humanizes their experience. Not that you have to agree with everything that I say, not that you have to agree with the things that your friends or families may present, but that at least you'd have another sort of source that gives words to people's experience, to where you don't treat them as a project or some wicked outcast, and diminish their, or even misrepresent their journey away from Christianity. So that's really what this channel is for. The shore somewhere over here is a phrase that I kind of landed on in my first podcast. It wasn't intentional at all. It just kind of came up as a metaphor. And I thought it was, in hindsight, so apropos that, you know, the Bible refers to people who leave the Christian faith as shipwrecking their faith. And that can be a scary phrase to think that, man, I've been on this ship, I've been on this boat traveling, and then somehow whatever storm, whatever it may be, has caused me to shipwreck. And now I'm on some random shores that I'm uncertain of, and many people are scared of those shores. And I'm here to embrace that term shipwrecked, because that's what it actually feels like existentially, and to process what it looks like to be on different shores, and to know that there is humanity and peace and comfort and empathy and morality and concern and real genuine human experience outside of the Christian experience that you've been through. Grace and peace, fam.